Do you love the game? To preserve it, you must follow the FIBA Code of Conduct at all times, which means betting on basketball is strictly forbidden. Asking family or friends to bet for you is not allowed either. You must never improperly influence results or incidents within a game, no matter how small, or engage in corrupt conduct by either giving or receiving a bribe. Never share inside information with anyone who could use it for betting. FIBA closely monitors betting markets. It has eyes on any suspicious activity, sending investigators to interview players and gather evidence every time there is a suspicion of match fixing. Remember, as a professional, your behavior matters, especially in the way you treat your teammates, fellow players, staff, and others outside the game. Abuse, whether physical, psychological, or sexual, is strictly prohibited. The way you behave away from the court is equally important. Any action that risks damaging the reputation of the game can be sanctioned by FIBA too. And if you witness an actual or even potential violation, you must report it to FIBA immediately or risk receiving a sanction yourself. You can carry out this duty anonymously using the reporting tool on the FIBA website. The integrity of our sport is at stake, so you have the obligation to cooperate fully with any investigation into a possible infringement. This includes handing over your phone, personal devices, and any financial records requested. Failure to cooperate will result in a suspension. Breaking any of these rules could get you a 100,000 Swiss franc fine and a lifetime ban from the sport. Even attempting to break a rule could land you in trouble. Above all, play with respect, reject corruption, gambling, and all other dangers to the sport, and use basketball to make a better world. This is our game. Play it straight.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus Only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
No worries, dahil Only ang saya will TNT saya all. May Only FB, Only IG, Only Messenger, Only TikTok, Only ML, Only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
My future.
Right? What's a plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Do you love the game? To preserve it, you must follow the FIBA Code of Conduct at all times, which means betting on basketball is strictly forbidden. Asking family or friends to bet for you is not allowed either. You must never improperly influence results or incidents within a game, no matter how small, or engage in corrupt conduct by either giving or receiving a bribe. Never share inside information with anyone who could use it for betting. FIBA closely monitors betting markets. It has eyes on any suspicious activity, sending investigators to interview players and gather evidence every time there is a suspicion of match fixing. Remember, as a professional, your behavior matters, especially in the way you treat your teammates, fellow players, staff, and others outside the game. Abuse, whether physical, psychological, or sexual, is strictly prohibited. The way you behave away from the court is equally important. Any action that risks damaging the reputation of the game can be sanctioned by FIBA too. And if you witness an actual or even potential violation, you must report it to FIBA immediately or risk receiving a sanction yourself. You can carry out this duty anonymously using the reporting tool on the FIBA website. The integrity of our sport is at stake, so you have the obligation to cooperate fully with any investigation into a possible infringement. This includes handing over your phone, personal devices, and any financial records requested. Failure to cooperate will result in a suspension. Breaking any of these rules could get you a 100,000 Swiss franc fine and a lifetime ban from the sport. Even attempting to break a rule could land you in trouble. Above all, play with respect, reject corruption, gambling, and all other dangers to the sport, and use basketball to make a better world. This is our game. Play it straight.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Dahil only ang saya, well, TNT, saya all. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet. Get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
No worries, dahil only ang saya, well, TNT, saya all. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT. Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Magandang tanghali mga kaliga. We're live here at the home of the Titans here at ENDERUN Gym in Taguig City. And I know that we've got a rainy Tuesday ahead of us. Pero kasabay ng pagbuhos ng ulan ay ang ating dalawang quarterfinals do or die matches. But before that, I'd like to introduce to you ourselves which will be your panel for this match. I'm Bianca Tagarda, which will be your anchor for today. And I'm here with our tournament director, that is Benny Benitez. Now, Benny, it's so nice to share the panel with you. Last week lang po, I was the analyst and now I'm here as an anchor.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you, Bianca. No, move yourself up to be the anchor para sa Pinoyliga Cup broadcast. Magandang hapon po, mga kaliga. And gaya ng sinabi ni Bianca, we have a rainy Tuesday, but this is definitely something na kaabang-abang because this is do or die Tuesday for both the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons and the MAPUA Cardinals.
And let's take a look with the games that we have for today. So our first match at 12 p.m. It's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons versus the MAPUA Cardinals. And at 2 p.m. after this game, ay kasunod nito ay ang Jose Rizal University Heavy Bombers versus the UST Growling Tigers. So, Benny, gaano ba sa tingin mo ka-exciting itong quarterfinals do or die matches that we have right now?
Very exciting, Bianca, kasi we're talking here of a full force MAPUA Cardinals na nandito sa namin, sa aming likod, and also full force itong ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, who we know will be a contender for a Finals 4 spot sa upcoming UAAP Season 88.
And now let's take a look at our updated bracket. So, Benny, what happened to the bracket after that both UP teams bows out of this tournament?
You mentioned yung bow out of the UP Fighting Maroons Team 1 and 2 from the competition. While we are saddened na wala na sila, we have to move on with the tournament. Now, this game has very big implications because, Bianca, kung sino yung mananalo dito, they will now move on directly to the finals game. Kaya importante ito. This is practically a final 4 game for both these teams. Now, on the other hand, itong twice to beat na JRU Heavy Bombers, they play later against the UST Growling Tigers. Now, kung sino naman ang mananalo doon, they will face a one-gamer do or die against the NU Bulldogs tomorrow. Kaya very exciting to, no? Gaya ng sinabi mo, while we don't have UP anymore, the rest of the tournament, very exciting pa rin.
Yes, Benny. And from what I can see from our updated bracket, all of these teams talagang dadaan sa butas ng karayom just so they could have a spot in the finals.
That's true. That's true.
And now let's take a look at our match at hand. It's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons versus the MAPUA Cardinals in this quarterfinals do-or-die match. Now, Benny, bakit ba tinawag na Battle of the Birds itong match natin? Apart from yung similar monikers nila, that is the Cardinals and also Falcons.
Yeah, high flyers, itong dalawang ito, Bianca, sabi nga natin, one is a champion team and the other one is a contender. Battle of the Birds, isang Falcons, isang Cardinal. Dito natin makikita ngayon kung sino ang mas lilipad na mas mataas.
And I love that both of these teams are also warming up dito lang sa likod namin. At makikita natin mamaya na lumilipad na sila.
Yeah.
And let's take a look muna for a background check on their previous match in the eliminations.
Yep.
So during the eliminations, the MAPUA Cardinals won by 9 points over the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Pero Benny, what went wrong with the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons in that elimination match?
They had a really big struggle on the latter part of the game, Bianca, because I was covering that game. And nakita ko na yung close out nila during the last part of the game, medyo it was a challenge for them and si Mapu was able to close theirs. Now, ang importante ngayon dito is that here they are in a tight ball game already, and I feel like ang ADAMSON Soaring Falcons will now have something to prove, ano, kasi nga itong second game nila during the what do you call that, the twice to beat, iba naman yung nangyari.
And now let's take a look doon naman sa quarterfinals nila na game 1, like what you've said, that quarterfinals match-up wherein ito namang ADAMSON Soaring Falcons ang nanalo over the MAPUA Cardinals by 68-60. Now Benny, what do you think went wrong naman for the Cardinals at that time?
Ito yung Cardinals, Bianca, 23 of 58 yung shooting nila. This is a very, very low percentage at 40%, while 27 of 55 yung shooting percentage ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Good for 49%, which is a very, very big advantage sa kanila. More shooting, pero more conversion for the Soaring Falcons.
Yes, and despite out-rebounding and also out-assisting itong MAPUA Cardinals in both of the matches, here they are, the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, for a second shot for the semifinals. And now let's take a look at our player matchup that we have for this match. It's Matt Erolon, last game's player of the game, with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal, versus Yam Concepcion with 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. Now, Benny, ano ba sa tingin mo yung nag-iba or bakit ba sila naiiba sa kanilang team?
Yeah, Matt Erolon kasi scoring guard yan, ano? He's counted upon on scoring. Now si Yam Concepcion naman, iba naman yung binibigay niya sa MAPUA Cardinals. Gaya na palagi natin sinasabi, siya yung pulot-pulot, yung ba nakakakuha ng garbage points. Pero those are the critical points, ano, yung second chance points na bibigay niya. Pag tinignan mo pa si Yam Concepcion, kompleto across the board. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Importante yung 3 steals and then 1 block.
Now let's see if si Yam Concepcion will step up again for this match and if Matt Erolon will also repeat what he has started in their previous game. Now let's go into the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. So Benny, sino ba ang players to watch out for this match and also the keys to winning?
Yeah, I know that Cedric Manzano is the best player for ADAMSON. He's across the board contributor, but tingnan natin mabuti also, apart from Matt Erolon na mention natin kanina, si Earl Medina, the super rookie that they have. Now, in terms of winning, kailangan nila to understand that Cedric is the man. So kailangan nilang i-establish yung scoring opportunities for Cedric Manzano. Make it rain. Isa sa mga talagang magaganda rin sa kanila yung 3-point shooting nila. And then play Falcons ball. Si Coach Nash Rosella has his own system talaga and they need to play that.
At ngayon, punta naman tayo dun sa other side of the court with the MAPUA Cardinals. Benny, sino naman ba yung mga dapat na abangan or bantayan dito, and also what do they need to do and order to win.
Yeah, tinitingnan ko nga kanina yung MAPUA Cardinals, kompleto sila. So I was thinking, sino ba? Lalaro ba si JC Recto? He will be playing. Obviously, si Clint Escamis will be someone to watch out. Hindi naman pwede. He's the MVP of the their team. And of course, Rex De Los Reyes, also Joe Gulapa. Share the rock. Bianca, yan ang gusto nating makita na gawin ng MAPUA Cardinals. And then, the Drex and Joe connection, the big on big passing, they need to click that.
Yes, Benny. At kanina nga nakausap ko ang both of these coaches. Unting kamustahan lang at sabi nga nila, well, parehong teams na ito ay medyo complete for this match. And they're also betting kung sino ba sa kanila yung sinabi nga natin kanina on who's the better bird in here.
Yeah.
Pero let's see kung ano ba ang kalalabasan ng match na ito later on. Pero Benny, what is your prediction of this match?
Oo, talaga. This is the type of prediction na talagang 50-50 ka. But I'm going with the MAPUA Cardinals on this.
And I'm going with the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, seeing na they already started strong, they only need to finish stronger. Pero hindi na natin papatagalin pa, and I won't hold you mga kaliga any much longer because I'm giving the floor to our venue announcer, Justin Corpus, to announce the first 5.
Magandang tanghali mga kaliga! Welcome here at the ENDERUN Collegiate, Taguig City. Catch our games via pusop.com, the Smart Sports Facebook page, Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook page, and YouTube channel. First game of doubleheader Tuesday, it's ADAMSON Soaring Falcons versus the MAPUA Cardinals. This is the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4, number 1. Now let's meet the starters for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Starting guard number 21, John Medina. The other guard number 30, Kay Drunzoni. Starting forward number 10, Cedric Manzano. The other forward, 17, Lorenzo Competente. And starting center number 1, Kobe De Mesana. The Soaring Falcons head coach is Nash Racela. Now let's meet the starters from the MAPUA Cardinals. Starting guard number 0, Clint Escamis. The other guard number 26, Ivan Lazarte. Starting forward number 34, Yam Concepcion. The other forward number 5, JC Recto. And starting center number 40, Joe Gulapa. The Cardinals head coach is Randy Alcantara. Our game referees for this match, crew chief, Dennis Escaros. Umpire 1, John Lesigues, and Umpire 2, Elgar Escaros.
Now let's take a look at our first 5, or our quarterfinal starters. It's Kay Drunzon for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, together with Earl Medina, Kobe De Misana, Renzo Competente, and Cedric Manzano. While for the MAPUA Cardinals, there's Clint Escames, Ivan Lazarte, Joe Gulapa, Yam Concepcion, and JC Recto. And Benny, kamusta ba itong magiging match natin for this first game?
I like itong matchup na ginagawa ni Coach Nash Rosella because he's starting si Kobe De Misana, Bianca, instead of si Gaye, yung kanilang FSAs. Nakita natin na naglalaro ngayon. Let's see kung paano magmamaterialize to kasi malalim din talaga ang ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
Yes, Benny, and for this match, it's the MAPUA Cardinals ball game with Ivan Lazarte holding the ball, looking for someone to pass. There's Andre Igliane. Benny, Andre Igliane, ngayon ko lang ulit siya nakita. He was absent for most of the elimination games and now he's okay, and hopefully ay magtuloy-tuloy na ito for Igliane.
Correct. He adds, Bianca, a certain element dun sa bigs ng MAPUA Cardinals. As we see Renzo Competente with that incursion. Ang ganda nung early offense na pinakita ng MAPUA Cardinals to start this ball game.
Yes, Benny, and there's Clint Escames with the ball, passing it to Joe Gulapa, and making their first basket for this match. And first 1 minute pa lang, kakatapos pa lang ng 1 minute, parang tie ball game nang makikita ko dito later on.
Ay, oo. Medyo ano to, this is something na exciting because ano siya this is an elimination game. At kung mapapansin mo, Bianca, most of the teams talaga pag elimination games, they give their best team. They give their best effort already.
Yes, Benny. And last game, the MAPUA Cardinals had a lot of turnovers at yung pinakamarami nga doon ay si Joe Golapa with 4 turnovers. But this time, he is a starter 5. So, I'm interested on how he will get to bounce back for this game because last game, he was quite frustrated.
Yeah, ito, pag tinignan mo, Joe Golapa is getting 2 touches already dun sa bola. Both on ball picks, coming from Clint Escamis. So I think it's a game plan for Coach Randy Alcantara and Coach J.R. Carlos na bigay yung bola agad sa bigs nila.
Yes, Benny. And speaking of turnovers, consecutive turnovers have just happened in the first 2 minutes of this game. At ayan na naman. But the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons saved the ball and there's Cedric Manzano to Renzo Competente looking for someone to pass. Now let's see if mag-work ba itong experiment ni Coach Nash Lasela, Benny, because as what you've said, Kobe Damisana is now a starting 5 instead of their FSA Alugay.
Yeah, tignan mo to, no? I think maganda yung nangyayari kasi yung big-to-big passing, mangyayari yan kasi si Kobe Damisana, pag napapansin mo talaga siya, he's good into this kind of play action with his co-big man. And then at the same time, napakagaling din ni Kobe Damisana on pick and roll plays. Yung seal niya after that pick and roll, nakita mo, no? Nag-produce agad yung ganun. So I think it's a good strategy na inilalagay agad si Kobe Damisana. It boosts also the confidence of Kobe.
I agree with that, Benny. And also, etong si Coach Nash has a lot of rooms to breathe because even if Demisana will step out of the ball game, there's still their FSA Alugay and of course their rookie Jaire Tumaning who can step up on their behalf.
That's true. As we take a look, ito nga, si Clint Escamis, he needs to establish himself early on. Kasi siya yung, sabi nga ng previous broadcast natin, si Clint Escamis has now become the kuya of the MAPUA Cardinals. Fast becoming that veteran presence. Say, I remember covering din si Clint Escamis during the first season of the Collegiate Cup nung nagsisimula tayo. Talagang katatransfer niya pa lang sa UE. Bata pa siya noon. Ngayon, siya na yung pinaka-senior and he's gonna be having his last season with the MAPUA Cardinals.
Yes, Benny. Now let's go back to the ball game with the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons holding the ball, looking for someone to pass. Demisana passes it to nobody. But Benny, going back dun sa topic natin, ito nga si Clint Escamis. I've talked to him at sabi ko nga sa kanya, ano ba yung difference with the rookie Clint to now ay veteran Clint? At sabi niya nga, before daw, all he cares about was just shooting and scoring. But this time, it's about being a role model to his other teammates as well. And of course, ipapasa niya na nga itong torch dun sa kanyang teammates.
Yeah, tulad nito, no? Literal na pinasa niya, medyo malayo nga lang. As we take a look, they're trying to do ball screen action, especially with Clint as the primary decision maker sa mga ganung sitwasyon. So they're trying to establish early si Clint Escamis and yung kanyang tumis. Kasi sabi natin kanina, one of the keys to winning for MAPUA is for them to share the rock.
And also, Benny, but before that question, okay, I thought that was going to shoot.
Oo nga, no?
Pero ito na tayo with the MAPUA Cardinals. There's Yam Concepcion once again. And there's Ivan Lazarte, Clint Escamis. Clint Escamis passes it to Lazarte again.
Yeah,
And that goes inside the net. Now, Benny, ano ba sa tingin mo yung ginagawa ng Cardinals this time na nakakatulong sa kanila to establish Clint Escamis?
Well, nakita na natin kanina doon, no? A lot of ball pick actions. Yun yung sinisimulan nilang play action already. Tapos titingin si Clint dun sa away, yung corner. So hindi siya necessarily Bianca na tinitignan niya yung roller Tinitignan niya yung away corner. Which is yun na nga, no? Si Ivan Lazarte na napi-free up. So they're playing MAPUA basketball pag ganun.
I can see that, Benny. Pero sumagot itong si Earl Medina with yet another 3 points. Ito namang si Earl Medina, grabe, super rookie since the day he played here in Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. He has always been scoring points for the Soaring Falcons. But here's Escamis with the ball, trying to answer back. Pero let's see. Pero itong ADAMSON Soaring Falcons ang nag-respond with almost a fast break point.
Yeah, Earl Medina, nakita natin. Ang maganda kay Earl Medina kasi he's a very versatile 2-3. At saka nung umakyat siya from the juniors rank, Bianca, ano siya, kumbaga luto na ba? Ano na, mature na para sa seniors play.
Halatang halata nga yan, Benny. Now let's see kung paano ba siya mag-make ng impact for this game. But for this shot, it's Cedric Manzano being patient with the ball and he successfully brings it inside. There's Lazarte to Recto to Escamis. At ito nga, may naghihintay dito na magpapasok sa court. It's Andre Egliana and also Cyrus Titura. But there's a basket made by Escamis on this one. Talagang ini-establish na yung sarili niya on this game, Benny.
Yes, it's very important talaga, Bianca, that si Clint establishes who he is dito sa laro na to because he's gonna be counted upon as that player for the Cardinals.
And here's another 3 by Earl Medina. Talagang hindi rin siya magpapatalo. If there's Escamis, there's Lazarte, there's Medina and Manzano for the Soaring Falcons. Looks like there's a rally going on here, Benny.
Oh, it's a very nice offensive game na nakikita natin, Bianca. Si JC Recto na is coming into the party also. But let's talk about si Earl Medina. He had 4 steals from before. So siya, 3-and-D siya. Sabihin, kaya niya yung long game pero yung depensa meron din siya.
Pero ayan yung kailangan nilang i-minimize, Benny. I've noticed that since kanina pa, they were struggling on who to pass the ball to. Seems like the pressure in itong MAPUA Cardinals defense is working for the Falcons. But let's see how they will be able to bounce back from that with this play. There's a Nabo. There's Escamis again, saving that ball. Sayang, Benny. Almost a point.
Almost a point for Clint. But you like that in Clint kasi nagiging aggressive siya. Yung passive-aggressive in a way na marunong na siyang, kumbaga hindi siya bomba ng bomba ba. Yun yung nakikita natin kay Clint ngayon.
And both of these teams need to sustain that energy until the last minute of this ball game.
Nakita natin ngayon si Joe Gulapa being replaced by Drexel Reyes. I think si Coach J.R. Carlos is adjusting now dahil si Alugaye has come in. So, yung matchup. At saka siguro ma-preserve na rin yung mga bigs niya na kailangan niya.
Yes, Benny. And let's see how Drex naman can make his impact here on court on behalf of Joe. But here's Gaye making his presence felt pero ipapasa niya muna ang bola. There's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, Anabo.
Wow.
With a successful 3-point shot.
That's true. Manu Anabo, kailangan talaga yan. Sabi rin natin at the early stages ng broadcast natin, kailangan pumasok ang long game ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
Yes, Benny. And now I think this is a new player or this, I'm not that familiar with him. That's Cuenco, Cyril Cuenco. Correct me if Cyrus Cuenco rather, Benny.
Yeah, Cyrus Cuenco has been in the program already of Coach Randy Alcantara and very significant yan. One of the best shooters nila yan. Kaya malaking contribution niya dito sa laro na ito ngayon.
Yes, Benny. At halatang-halata nga na full attendance or perfect attendance sila for this match. Now let's see if they can shoot this ball, but it's a turnover once again. And Benny, what do they need to do in order to lessen these turnovers?
Well, again, it's yung mga turnovers na nakikita mo, it's born out of, hindi siya yung tinatawag na unforced. You get that. Kumbaga, if you're the coach, kung makakakita ka ng ganitong klaseng turnovers, you live with it eh. Pero yung pinakaayaw mo talagang tignan dyan, Bianca, is yung mga turnovers na walang pumipwersa sa'yo. Yung bang error. Diba?
And that's what both of these teams would want to lessen. Pero let's see as Cuenco gets the ball. Tingnan natin kung may papasok na ba, but another turnover has happened here for the Cardinals, and I think the coaches are quite frustrated, and Coach Randy seemed to not be here at the bench.
Oo, so wala siya ngayon. So yung top deputy niya, si Coach J.R. Carlos, and we saw si Coach Tony Boy Espinosa, they will be manning the bench for the coaching staff ng Cardinals.
Yes, Benny, now let's go back to the ball game with Medina.
Oh, wow.
Grabe.
Grabe. I think
Effortless.
kasi,
Oh, sorry, that's Erolon. That's Matt Erolon, last game's player of the game.
Yep. Yan, makita nga natin, ano, sabi natin, si Matt Erlon, he's very critical to the offense of the Soaring Falcons.
And here's Abdullah looking for someone to pass. Igliane.
Medyo wala pa dun si Andre Igliane. We last saw him during the elimination. So let's see kung makaka-get into an early rhythm ba siya.
Yes, Benny and Erolon again. Almost a 3-point shot, a back-to-back, pero hindi pumasok. Then Ventura. And finally, Andre Igliane makes a shot for himself. And Benny, as you said earlier, ito nga si Andre Igliane, he played in the eliminations, and during that game, talagang nagpapaulan siya ng 3-point shots.
Yan naman yung mga bigs ng MAPUA Cardinals like Joe Gulapa, meron talaga sila nun. So they have range, so which is very dangerous para sa mga kalaban ng MAPUA Cardinals.
And now, and Benny, I've noticed that for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, mas naglalay sila for this first quarter on 3-point shots.
Yeah, nakikita pa na, kumbaga, it has to be that way kasi wala talaga silang offensive threat sa loob dahil wala si Cedric Manzano ngayon. Pag tinignan mo si Alugay, is still developing yung ganong klaseng ball and game para sa kanya, no, sa skill set niya. Si Tumaning din is not really an offensive player. Kaya tingnan mo, in-adjust na rin ni Coach Nash Rosella by bringing back si Cedric Manzano for interior offense.
Now let's see kung ito bang pagbabalik ni Manzano will give them the best play for the last seconds of this quarter.
Oo nga eh. Let's see. And we look at Rex de los Reyes, ano, magandang matchup siya kay Tumaning. Pag tinignan ko rin mabuti, si Earl Medina, hindi pa rin siya masyadong binubunot ni Coach Nash Rosella. So ano ibig sabihin nito? Talagang counted upon pa rin siya, like here.
Yes, Benny. And a lot of tries for this one. But it did not go inside the ring. Now that's all for our first quarter. And it's 18-13 in favor of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. And let's take a look at our first quarter highlights. Wow, Benny, what can you say with our first quarter so far?
This is Clint Escam's show for MAPUA kasi ang ganda ng ginagawa niya. But it was Earl Medina, it was Manu Anabo, and the rest of those shooting guards of MAPUA Cardinals na talagang nag-carry the load for the Falcons as well.
Yes, Benny, but before we continue the action, we'll be right back for our amazing second quarter.
No worries, dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
Mga kaliga, you're still watching the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4, and we're here at the quarterfinals do-or-die match, and it's the first match of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons versus the MAPUA Cardinals. And tingnan natin, Benny, kung ano ba yung nangyari dito sa both huddles of these teams. Kung may pagbabago ba silang magagawa on court for this second
Yeah, let's see
quarter.
kung ano yung magiging adjustments, Bianca, na gagawin both of the coaching staff. What I'm interested to see here is si Cyril Gonzalez. Parang hindi pa yata siya pinapasok ng coaching staff ng MAPUA Cardinals, or is he playing? Maybe we could check out kung siya ba ay maglalaro.
Yes, Benny, and Gonzalez was actually one of the top scorers for their last match with 13 points and 50% field goal. So, tingnan natin, baka siya yung silent weapon
Oo.
ni Coach JR Carlos for this match.
Baka mamaya bunutin niya because if he's gonna be playing, they're gonna be missing out on at least yung 20-point contribution niya on the last game that they had. Although they lost that, yung kanilang first game against ADAMSON, 68-60.
Yes, Benny, and Cyrus Cuenco losing that first free throw. Pero let's see kung ito ba. And he successfully puts it in.
Maganda yung yung guard lineup ng MAPUA Cardinals. They're very complete right now.
Yes, Benny, but now let's take a look at the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, who will try to make their play successful for this one. And it's Manzano. Tries for a 3, pero he hesitates. And it's a turnover for the Cardinals
Yeah.
with Abdullah.
Yeah, going back to that play, that's out of Cedric Manzano's range, kaya talaga napipilit niya from the outside. He's more comfortable at the low block. So tignan natin kung madadala ng Soaring Falcons papunta dun sa comfort zone ni Cedric yung bola.
Yes, Benny. And again, with another try for the Soaring Falcons. Competente. Passes it to Tumaneng. But there's a foul. There's a foul on Cyrus Cuenco. And he gets subbed by EJ Sapasap. Benny, we know EJ Sapasap, very fast, very deadly, especially on shootings. Pero ano ba sa tingin mo yung may offer niya for this quarter, especially with that close score that we have?
Si EJ Sapasap is talagang naturally athletic yan eh. Very shifty. So yung defensive intensity, gusto mo rin makita yan apart from the offense na automatic nakukuha mo kay EJ Sapasap.
And there's Renzo Competente making that shot, extending their lead up to 4. Pero tingnan natin kung paano magre-respond itong MAPUA Cardinals with Netura. Kanino niya kaya ipapasa? It gives it back to TJ Abdullah. Abdullah. Will it go? No.
Yep, itong si TJ Abdullah kind of force it kasi wala na siya nakitang options. So, to speak about yung ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, you're looking at how Renzo Competente is moving without the ball. Ang ganda ng ginagawa niya. And I'm very impressed with this game kasi physically he's gifted dahil ang haba ng kamay niya, mahaba siya, but yung binibigay niya, kumbaga ang tawag niya, he's giving. Renzo Competente is giving. So parang doon mo makikita na he's gonna be someone that to be counted upon, not just in this game but moving forward.
Yes, Benny. Competente last game with 11 points, 4 assists, and of course with a 44% field goal. Pero itong si Kenji Cañete kanina pa back-to-back 2-point shots. Ano ba sa tingin mo yung ino-offer or mako-contribute nito ni Kenji in this ball game?
Ayan, si Kenji Cañete, talagang isa yan sa mga counter. Offensively gifted yan eh. Talagang makikita mo, lahat naman ng guards ng MAPUA, they came out of high school na talagang may offensive game sila. So expect a lot from Cañete on that.
And there's Cañete again holding the ball. Tingnan natin kung ipapasa niya ba o i-shoot. But he decides the latter. And there's Ronzon to Competente with a 3. And Coach JR Carlos calls for a timeout. Mga kaliga, magbabalik kami after this timeout.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! Be Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're back here at the ball game, and ito nga si Coach J.R. Carlos called for a timeout earlier. And the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons with their unusual, or itong ang bihira lang natin makita na pinagsasama-sama ni Coach Nash itong 5. But Benny, what do you think is Coach Nash sila doing for this first half?
Well, he's trying to mix it up, ano? Kasi yung 7 na players niya galing sa high school niya, nakikita mo talagang hinahalo niya ng gusto. Talking here of Tumaning at saka si Medina already. Hindi pa nga natin nakikita sila Perez. But malalim si Coach Nash Rosella. Kumbaga 18-man deep nga ito. Si MAPUA naman iba rin. Medyo hindi sila kasing lalim ng MAPUA, ng ADAMSON pool.
Yes, Benny, but let's go back to the ball game with Recto. Almost a shot. And sabi mo nga, Benny, itong si Coach Nash is slowly integrating yung mga juniors nila. And I actually talked to him before at sabi niya nga, that's how it should be. That's how it should work for these college teams. But with the ADAMSON Soaring Falcon holding the ball right now, Cañete making a 3.
What you don't like kasi dito sa nangyayari ngayon, open shots yung nakikita mo from the MAPUA, from the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Kasi katulad kanina, si Renzo Competente, that was an open 3-point shot. So, yung perimeter defense ng MAPUA, they need to start really looking at the coverage doon, ano. Baka mamaya yung help, yung close out, tingnan nila yon.
And let's see if they can apply that with it. They can apply that tighter defense with Joe Golapa entering the ball once more. There's Escames with the ball. Signaling for a play. Passes it to Recto. Naghihintay itong si Concepcion, but there's Escames with a 3. No good, but Concepcion tries for a rebound. Pero turnover na naman for the Cardinals. There's a long pass. Let's see if this will work. Erolon to Competente. To Barcelona. Looking for someone. Competente, pero nice effort there, Benny, by Concepcion.
Yam Concepcion. Kanina pa, yung effort ni Yam Concepcion, talagang makikita mo, like dun sa offensive set nila. Hinabol niya yung bola dun. Offensive rebound on his part. Tapos yung extra on the defense with Competente. You like that in your player?
Yes, Benny. But let's see. With the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, Erolon passes it to
si Manu Anapo, talagang makikita mo, he's just trying every facet ng kanyang laro, hindi lang yung outside shooting.
Yes, Benny. And looks like you're struggling a bit kung sino bang mag-shoot ng ball, but there's a Nabo. Medyo kulang. So Escames brings it to the other side of the court. Pero there's a foul on Joshua Barcelona.
Can you see how Clint would respond to this? Pwede kasing bumalik sila dun sa kanilang ginagawa before Bianca. We like how yung pick and roll na game na ginagawa ni Clint with this big man nagmamaterialize. Marami siya nakuha dun eh.
Yes, Benny. And unti-unti hindi natin napapansin that there is a 9-point lead by the Soaring Falcons on this one. So the Cardinals really need to catch up quick kasi malapit ng mag-second half.
Yeah, you don't want na mabaon ka na medyo malalim tapos magkakaroon ka ng double the effort para habulin yan on the latter stages ng laro.
Yes, and there's Ronzon. Pero nagkulang. Nagkaroon ng shot clock violation. And Benny, hindi natin napansin na pinasok na pala itong si Kobe Demisana. But what do you think was the change after his entry to the court?
Si Kobe Demisana, gusto natin siya makita more developing, like in this case, yung his defense against a bigger build like si Joe Gulapa. Tingnan natin how he develops on that one. We know what he could give sa offense, but tingnan natin how he defends.
Yes, Benny, and Gulapa, effortless with that shot. Ito talagang si Gulapa, siya yung nagiging silent killer dito. Bukod kay Gonzalez, let's see. Let's hope na babalik itong si Cyril Gonzalez or mag-e-enter maya-maya dito sa court.
Yeah, masarap makalaro si Joe Gulapa kasi he's a big man that could shine. That's another one na talagang sasaya na mahihinayangan ka, no? Kasi
yes.
Sayang. But I think si Joe Gulapa now, babawi sila.
Yes, Benny, and last game nga, itong si Joe Gulapa had 2 dunks in the ring in the left side of the court. At ayan, nakabawi na siya. Pero the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, Coach Nash Racela calls for a timeout. Pero let's take a look at this replay. Gulapa won't waste that ball by Escamis, but we'll be right back after this timeout.
Oh.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Mga kaliga, nagbabalik tayo dito sa ating Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Quarterfinals do or die match. And the score that we have right now is 27-22 in favor of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. And there's 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. And kanina nga lang, it was 27-18 or 19 as far as I could remember, Benny. And those efforts by Joe Gulapa really paid off this time. But it's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons ball. And there's Ronzon looking for someone to pass to Gay. And there's Medina. But he gets fouled out.
No. Hey, don't look now. Nakahabol ng kaunti na ang MAPUA Cardinals. You kind of are expecting na kahit papano medyo mai-move nila a bit yan na mas malapit-lapit. We still have 2 minutes and 52 seconds to go. But let's see how ang Falcons will react.
Yes, Benny. And sabi mo nga how the Falcons will react. Let's see if they can respond quickly for this one. With a long 3 pero hindi pumasok. Gulapa making his presence felt again. Rebounding that ball to Sapasap. Sapasap rebounding his miss. There's Escamis again. To Lazarte.
Wow, we've seen that earlier, Clint is really actively looking for those corner threes, I was nagiging hitter niya doon, si Ivan Lazarte every time.
And Benny, mukhang favorite spot ngayon ni Lazarte. He hit those shots twice earlier this game. Pero sasagot itong si Anabo, but it missed. There's a pass up with the ball to Gulapa. I thought he was gonna do a dunk again, Benny.
Medyo yung finish ni Gulapa, that last one, siguro nagulat siya, he's too open.
But there's Medina to Gay. Pero nakuha na naman ni Gulapa.
Wow, ang laki ng contribution ni Joe Gulapa here on both sides, yung effort na yon.
Yes, Benny. And now it's only a 2-point ball game here for the Cardinals. Tingnan natin if they can make that a tie or they can lead Pero turnover na naman for this one, and it's Ronzon.
Yeah, that's a good foul by Clint Escamis. He knows na meron kasing papasahan na si Ronzon din dun sa play na yun. So that's hindi pa naman sila penalty.
Yes, Benny. And I think this is going to be a long quarter.
Yeah, they could go the foul game dito, Bianca. But let's see. In the ADAMSON 5 inside the court, makikita mo nandiyan si Cedric Manzano. So you could expect na pwede sila mag-tip big to big passing with si Tumaning na pumasok ngayon. You might expect na si Cedric Manzano would go the low block. But with Renzo Competente, pwede rin silang kumbaga in a way makita yung corner shooting ni Renzo Competente or yung wing play ni Renzo Competente.
Yes, Benny. And there's Coach Nash flexing the luxury of having the big men dahil pinasok na nga itong si Tumaning for Gay. But there's a foul.
Yeah. On Yam Concepcion. Kasi pag tinignan mo mabuti, feeling ko papunta na sila sa big to big passing dun eh. Kasi kumukuha na ng seal si Cedric Manzano. Yung bola nasa taas with Tumaning.
But Concepcion gets subbed out of the court. At si Recto nga itong pumalit sa kanya. Pero let's see if the Falcons can make a play for this one.
There you go. That's the sweet spot of Cedric Manzano, yung low block. You don't expect him to be dun sa may pinch post masyado or masyadong lumalabas pa dun sa 3-point line. But that's exactly the type of game ni Cedric Manzano.
Yes, Benny. And now Escamis with the ball. Dribbles it. And an end one play for Clint Escamis. Benny, what can you say to his patience on this play? Let's take a look. Ayan yung replay, oh.
Yeah, yun yung that's his game. His game is really the spectacular ones, and you know who he is, the type of volume shots that he takes. But you take it in because you know that malaki yung chance na papasok yan. So Clint Escamis, whatever happens, there might be times na nagva-volume shoot siya, but at the end of the day, you will give the ball to him.
Yes, Benny. And let's see if he can make this a one-point ball game. Kung maipapasok niya ba itong end one play. But he misses it. And there's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. So si Erolon passes it to. And medyo long passes nga itong ginagawa nila for this one. Then there's Competente to Erolon. To Cañete. Pero hindi pumasok. But there's Tumaning again with a rebound.
Another opportunity for Ced Manzano to go inside. Di lang pumasok. But got 6 seconds to go, Bianca.
Yes, Benny. And there's Escamis again with the ball. And there's Drex de los Reyes. Hindi niya talaga sasayangin itong shot ni Clint Escamis. And it's a 29-all score for this ball game. And very tight nga itong ating first half. And let's take a look at our second quarter highlights. As you can see that Clint Escamis end one play. And also here with the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Pero mga kaliga, bagong lahat, magbabalik kami after this halftime.
Do you love the game? To preserve it, you must follow the FIBA Code of Conduct at all times, which means betting on basketball is strictly forbidden. Asking family or friends to bet for you is not allowed either. You must never improperly influence results or incidents within a game, no matter how small, or engage in corrupt conduct by either giving or receiving a bribe. Never share inside information with anyone who could use it for betting. FIBA closely monitors betting markets. It has eyes on any suspicious activity, sending investigators to interview players and gather evidence every time there is a suspicion of match fixing. Remember, as a professional, Your behavior matters, especially in the way you treat your teammates, fellow players, staff, and others outside the game. Abuse, whether physical, psychological, or sexual, is strictly prohibited. The way you behave away from the court is equally important. Any action that risks damaging the reputation of the game can be sanctioned by FIBA 2. And if you witness an actual or even potential violation, you must report it to FIBA immediately or risk receiving a sanction yourself. You can carry out this duty anonymously using the reporting tool on the FIBA website. The integrity of our sport is at stake, so you have the obligation to cooperate fully with any investigation into a possible infringement. This includes handing over your phone, personal devices, and any financial records requested. Failure to cooperate will result in a suspension. Breaking any of these rules could get you a 100,000 Swiss franc fine and a lifetime ban from the sport. Even attempting to break a rule could land you in trouble. Above all, play with respect, reject corruption, gambling, and all other dangers to the sport, and use basketball to make a better world. This is our game. Play it straight.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
No worries, dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
At mga kaliga, nagbabalik na nga tayo here at the ENDERUN Gym, the home of the Titans in Taguig City. And we have a 29 all for our first half. And let's take a look at our halftime stats. Benny, ano bang masasabi natin for this halftime stats?
Talagang nag-start naman talaga yung game na ang ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. They came in talagang hot na sila. So, itong MAPUA Cardinals, they came in yung late quarter surge nila. But in terms of the field goals, pretty much the same, same amount, 17 and 21. But mas marami lang ng konti na na-convert si MAPUA. In terms of the three-point shooting, mas on the side of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. So yung reliance nila dun sa three-point shooting medyo mataas compared to, of course, sa MAPUA Cardinals. But yung turnovers, MAPUA had 9 and ADAMSON Soaring Falcons had the 7.
Yes, and both of these teams would need to lessen on the turnovers dahil ayun nga ang naging evident for their first half. And for the field goal naman, as what you've said, yes, it's pretty much similar. For the three-point shots, a lot of attempts by the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons and only 4 of those went inside. But it's a good thing that they are maximizing those three-point shots, Benny.
That's right. So let's see kung mag-i-improve ba yung mga numbers na to as we progress dun sa latter part ng game natin.
Yes, Benny. And we have here our top scorers. And for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, we have Cedric Manzano with 7 points, Renzo Competente with 7 points, and Earl Medina with 6 points. And for the MAPUA Cardinals, there's Clint Escames, Ivan Lazarte, and Joe Gulapa, all with 6 points. Seems like iisa or dadalawang number lang ang makikita natin for both of these teams.
Yeah. Si Cedric Manzano, they wanna go inside, but in terms of outside shooting, nandiyan si Earl Medina and si Enzo Competente. But here on the part of the MAPUA Cardinals, you would see yung late surge ni Joe Gulapa, naganda. Clint Escames doing the work, pero si Ivan Lazarte, 2 corner shots yan, 6 points lang yan.
And we can also feel itong presence ni Gulapa. Siya yung humabol nung 9-point score deficit nila in the late second quarter. But now we are about to start our third quarter. And let's see. Oh, it's Drex de los Reyes versus Alugay.
Oo, ito na, no? So we're seeing, ito na yung last half for whoever loses itong do-or-die game natin, Bianca?
And we have here Cedric Manzano looking for someone to pass. Gay. Turon zone. Pero binalik kay Manzano. And Manzano, will it shoot? No.
Again, we're telling everyone yung type of ball game ni Cedric Manzano doesn't necessarily start from the 3-point line. So kung again gusto natin ng efficient Cedric Manzano, bigay natin sa kanya sa ilalim.
And that's good for him, knowing that his body and his build and height, talagang pabor siya under the ring. Pero, that was almost a 3 by Cedric Manzano.
Yeah, pag tinignan mo mabuti, ayan, naku, Diyos ko, yung mga frames natin, talaga, nakakatakot. But anyway, it's a good, defensive stop on the part of the the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
And that was a miscommunication for the Cardinals on Lazarte and also Recto. But let's see if they can make a steal for this play of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. But there's Ronzon to Manzano to Competente. And looks like pareho silang struggle for ball handling on this one.
So this is yung start ng third quarter nila, Bianca. They're not finding rhythm yet. No? Hindi pa nakakapunta dun sa mga spots kung saan kailangan pumunta yung kanilang mga pyesa. So let's see again yung adjustment that the coaching staff will need to make. Now in the case of MAPUA, we see now si JC Recto and Ivan Lazarte having the ball in their hands much.
There's Escames. Pero pinasa niya kay Nitura. And Nitura.
Oh, you like that in Cyrus Nitura, no? Yung shiftiness niya, yung haba niya. Very tantalizing yung type of talent that meron si Nitura, si Sapasap, si Lazarte. Very athletic wings.
And also, itong si Sapasap and Lazarte were both formerly from the UST Growling Tigers. They spent time there together. So, I'm pretty sure na meron na silang chemistry for this one.
Yeah. Yun nga, no? Maganda sa nakikita natin. Very experienced yung mga MAPUA wingmen. Not just on the NCAA play, but also on the UAAP type of play, which is really high level, high competitive.
Pero itong si Medina,
you like that in Earl Medina kasi confident siya in taking that shot. As we take a look at Earl Medina, trying to bring the ball to Cedric Manzano, medyo na frontahan siya doon ni JC Recto.
and for someone like Earl Medina, a rookie, just in his first months as a college player, that's real high confidence that he got there.
Si Earl Medina, gaya ng sinabi natin, Bianca, he's gonna be part of that super rookie pool that will come into season 88 of the UAAP.
And Benny, from what I can see here with that Clint Escames basket is that Escames is not just being the role model for this game, pero he's really making impact. Talagang nag-score na siya, he passes the ball, he tries to contribute as well for the defense.
And he should, Bianca, no? Kasi siya nga yung kuya at saka hindi lang siya kuya dito, veteran presence, but he's actually their most valuable player. Bar none yun eh.
And there's Escames to Recto.
You love that. Nakita mo ngayon yung chemistry na matagal nang meron si Clint Escames at saka si JC Recto.
It looks like meron na namang rally for this ball game. Parang you're just exchanging baskets.
Pero ito, pag nakita mo, the type of energy ngayon na meron, it's shifting towards the MAPUA side kasi nakaka-execute sila. Like yung katulad nung kanina, no, it was a very basic pick and roll play ni Clint Escames. Yung release pass niya, very timed. Pagkatapos si JC Recto, alam mong may finish siya eh. So yun yung nakakatuwa at saka exciting ngayon dito because in the next quarter and a half, pwedeng madalas natin makita yung mga ganong klaseng play action. Ayan, katulad uli nito.
And we love to see that the ball does not just revolve on one player for the Cardinals. But there's a foul called.
Medyo iba yung iba yung nagka-anuhan yata ng t-shirt, ng uniform, but all good naman.
And that's what they would need to lessen. Yung composure dapat nandun pa rin, especially for this second half.
Yes, so composure, you're correct in saying that, Bianca, no? Kasi yun yung magiging puhunan nitong dalawang team na to as they move into the last quarter of this game.
There's Manzano. To Gay. To Competente. And that's what we can see here, Benny. Yung defense ng MAPUA Cardinals talagang nape-pressure nila itong Soaring Falcons. Kaya hindi sila nakakapag nakakagawa ng play nila.
Yeah, nakikita ko sa kanila yung pagpo-front nila dun sa post player. Kanina pa nila ginagawa. So yung kasi ang importante doon yung help also eh. Teka na, nagkakakiskisan ng konti itong si Cedric Mansang at si Andre Igliane. Wow, we like that, yung energy ng Mapua Cardinals doon, kasi but yung isa pa sa nakita mo doon, yung recognition din sana ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons na wala na rin yung shot clock,
And also for this game, I think, isa sa mga ginagawa ng Mapua Cardinals is talagang binabantayan nila si Earl Medina. Earlier, he was supposed to get that ball and make a 3-point shot, pero he's heavily guarded by 2 players from the Mapua Cardinals.
I think there's an error on the part of the Mapua Cardinals dun sa
And that's what they should not do. They could not afford that.
Yung mga lapses, yung mga mental errors ba, medyo kailangan iwasan because this is a do-or-die game, Bianca.
But there's Erolon with the ball. Passes it to Ronzon. To Barcelona with a 3. Pero hindi pumasok. Now let's see how Netura can make a play on this one. To Igliane.
Wow, we like that. Ang ganda nung ang ganda na nakita nila yung recognition na merong advantage si Andre Igliane, but that was a great pass on the part of Netura.
And that's a good steal by Clint Escames. Talagang hindi magpapatalo. That's almost a steal again by Escames, pero itong si Barcelona tries to tuck it in, pero may long pass. And there's Clint Escames again with a back-to-back basket, Benny.
Oo. Makita mo, medyo intense yung defense ng Mapua ngayon because they're doing full court. Nagkakaroon ng delay yung offense ng Mapua ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons ngayon. Nauuga sila dun sa comfort zone nila, which is something na talagang ginagawa naman if you do full court.
But there's a foul called on Matt Erolon, and Benny, from what I mentioned earlier, itong si Clint Escames, siya yung nagiging Yam Concepcion. But let's take a look at this assist of the game by Pusopi.com. That's Clint Escames and a pass by Andre Igliane. And going back, Benny, yung gaya nga ng sinabi ko, yung role ni Clint right now, it was the role of Yam Concepcion in the last games. Yung piso-piso play,
yes,
long passes.
Long passes, yun yung pinapakita sa atin ngayon. Kasi siya yung siya yung dulong depensa doon, siya yung unang defense pag naka-full sila. So eventually, pag nakaka-interception sila, nakakakuha sila, siya rin yung nakakapulot dun sa dulo. So you like that kasi yun yung nagiging output ng isang team defense na ginagawa nila.
Now let's see if Cyrus Cuenco can make a shot. Wow. And he banks it in.
This is an onslaught by the Mapua Cardinals. Full on, 100%. Ito na yung makikita nating lineup nila in this coming season 101 ng NCAA where they will be defending their crown.
And that's a 10-0 run if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Ito na, kita natin na medyo ugang-uga na ang opensa ng ADAMSON.
And looks like it's working for the Cardinals. Hyped up din ang kanilang bench and coaches. There's Lazarte with the ball to Cuenco. Signaling a play. Gulapa offering a screen, pero si Cuenco rebounded by the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Now let's see kung they will be able to stop the bleeding for this one.
They need one shot at a time lang naman just to make a very good attempt. Importante. Yun na, okay na yun Just one good attempt, Bianca. That's all ADAMSON needs at this point. Hindi naman nila kailangan magmadali.
And they also need to stop the scoring drought for this one.
Yes, yung scoring drought, one attempt at a time. One good attempt at a time.
And isn't it better, Benny, that you're making attempts rather than, nasayang lang yung ball opportunity mo?
Ball opportunity. Like katulad nito, that's a good attempt.
And look who broke that scoring drought. It's Earl Medina, our super rookie. And unti-unti
ganda ng bigay ni Earl Medina sa ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Instant offense from a rookie. Oh, that's a good pass.
And he also saved that ball. I mean, he rebounded that ball. Pero na-steal.
Oo.
Musgolapa to Lazarte in his favorite spot.
Ah. Yung carelessness nila sa ball na yun, no? Medyo mental lapses yun, sayang.
And also yung pagmamadali.
Yes. Kailangan iwasan at we look at Manu Anabo bringing down the ball. I guess yung stability ng opensa ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, they need to establish it now. They don't need to be rattled. And then pag tinignan mo si Coach Nash Rosella, he's not pressured into putting in another group here, no? Kasi gusto niya rin makita how this group will now react to this kind of situation. Yun naman yung importante sa mga ganitong klaseng preseason eh.
And I love that for Coach Nash Rosella, Benny. Nakikita niya kung sino ba yung kikilos for this group.
Yes, yun ang gusto mo makita because they don't have Cedric Manzano here.
And so far, it's only Earl Medina making a shot, breaking that 0-10 scoring drought for the Falcons. Now let's see if they can score once more. There's Cañete with the ball to Tumaneng.
That's a good pass right there. So now, if yung sinabi nga natin, one offense at a time, taking it slow, and I think bumabalik na uli yung rhythm ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons dito, Bianca.
And you're right, Benny, because it's only a 5-point ball game. But Mapua, can they answer back with Lazarte in his favorite spot again?
Nawawala na yata yung yung shooting ni Ivan Lazarte sa spot na yon. You like that with Renzo Competente, inatake niya yung depensa doon kahit na may numbers sa Mapua, but he knows his skill set. Maganda rin naman yung yung trail job na ginawa ni Manu Anabo on that part.
And there's going to be a free throw for Manu Anabo as he gets fouled. At ito palang MAPUA Cardinals is now on penalty.
Yun. Actually, that will work to the advantage of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons kasi they only have one team foul. I'm talking about the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Pero itong MAPUA, penalty na.
But the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons need to make the most out of those free throw shots dahil ito nga si Manu Anabo did not make the first one. But makes the second.
Yeah, si Manu Anabo, si Earl Medina, si Renzo Competente. Ito yung wing players ni Coach Nash Rosella na tingin ko siya yung magbibigay ng dikit, kumbaga.
But let's see if that would work. Pero itong si Lazarte almost had the ball pero sumobra ata sa pagpasa ng kanyang teammate.
Ivan Lazarte, kumbaga nagiging corner shooter siya, nagiging tawag dito, corner shooter for the MAPUA Cardinals. Let's see kung mag-develop pa siya into other scoring opportunities other than shooting it from there.
But consecutive turnovers on both teams is happening right now. Parehong sayang yung ball possessions na yun for both of these teams.
Yeah. Tingnan natin who will Ronzoni check out to this. I think it's Cañete that goes out.
And I think that was only this time na nag-sub ng player itong si Coach Nash Rosella.
On this group, other than si Cedric replacing si Tumaneng. As we take a look at si Cyrus Cuenco, deciding for that offense, medyo nawala.
At medyo nag-struggle nga ang parehong teams na ito in handling the ball.
I think si Clint Escamis would be someone that could be handy for this. Although ang tinitignan ko dito is that potentially si Coach JR is reserving si Clint for the long 10 minutes mamaya.
But there's a foul. And they cannot afford that, Benny, especially the penalty na nga sila.
Yeah. Ito nga yung sinasabi natin, it's now working in the favor of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, itong penalty situation ng MAPUA Cardinals. Kasi yan, yung mga fouls na ganyan, unnecessary on the part of MAPUA, nakakabigay ng opportunity para sa MAPUA, for ADAMSON.
And I remember what Coach Nash Racela told me, Benny. He was joking before. I think it was their game in the eliminations. I
Okay.
forgot sinong kalaban nila. But he told me that it was fourth quarter. They had 4 fouls to give.
Okay.
Pero di daw nila binigay. And he's very proud of himself daw for, you know, saving those fouls. But still, they won.
Yeah, no. So there's certain strategies also from different coaches as we take a look at si Renzo Competente completing that free throw. So yan, we're back to almost square one tayo dito. 41-43, 26 seconds to go. Bianca with Ivan Lazarte with the ball.
There's Ivan Lazarte looking for someone to pass. Pinasa, pero na-steal ni Cedric Manzano to Competente rather, to Ronzone. Ronzone looking for a friend, but he banks it in.
Still have time. Still have time.
Now let's see if that goes in.
Good line.
And tama ka nga, Benny, we're back at square one. It's 43 all. Kung kanina lang is 29 all. It's another deadlock that we have here. But let's take a look at our third quarter highlights with that Clint Escamis play and also this Renzo Competente pass. Pero for more action, we will go back later. But before that, we will first have our timeout. Mga kaliga, you're still watching the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4 at last quarter. Last 10 minutes na nga natin ang mangyayari for this one. For this quarterfinals do-or-die match of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons versus the MAPUA Cardinals. And let's take a look at our game results. Benny, what can you say about our game results?
A game of spurts talaga to, Bianca. No? Si ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, they started out early na house on fire ng first quarter, but si MAPUA turned the Jets at yun, nagkaroon tayo ng 29 all halftime. And then ngayon, ganun din. It's 43 all. So, expect nothing less dito sa fourth quarter na to kasi again, do or die po ito mga kaliga. Win or go home.
You're right, Benny. Now, let's start this action with Joe Golapa holding the ball para dito sa MAPUA Cardinals. And there's a foul. Pero Benny, from what I can notice dito sa mga pinasok ni Coach JR Carlos on court, parang puro big man sila.
No, si Joe Golapa, Andre Igliane, you got your wings, si Lazarte, si Nitura. You like yung frame ni Nitura para sa yung sister niya, no? Yung si from ADAMSON.
Yes, Shaina Nitura.
Shaina Nitura, pareha silang slender.
Now let's see dito sa ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, Cañete with the ball. Passes it to Competente. Cañete.
Ooh. He brought MAPUA into an island and then talagang he turned yung Jets niya para dun sa offense niya. 45-43, Bianca. No? We got ang MAPUA Cardinals with the ball on a big-to-big passing between Golapa and Andre Igliane.
And Benny, what can the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons do para ma-continue nila or ma-extend nila ang kanilang lead?
Yeah, I think it's time for Cedric Manzano to really step up, pick his spots. Kung madi-deliver ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons yung bola to the right places where si Cedric Manzano could be a contributor, then magandang sitwasyon yun.
And bago tayo pumunta naman sa kabilang dako, let's see if Clint Escames will make that shot, pero may foul.
Yeah, it's a second foul on the part of the Mapua Cardinals. Ang pinakaayaw mong mangyari is they bring themselves to the penalty early.
And Benny, what about naman itong Mapua Cardinals nga? What can they do para ma-stop na itong close games, close scores?
Well, in terms of offense, they still need to go to Clint Escames, but this time more on bringing back yung kanyang pick and roll game na talagang doon nag-feed off yung offense ng Mapua Cardinals. And then on the part of their defense, they have to tighten the same way na yung tighten defense na pinakita nila nung third quarter.
And so far for this for this 1 minute and 10 seconds or 9 seconds remaining, wala pang nakakagawa ng basket except for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
It's gonna be a long 10 minutes, Bianca, kasi ang mangyari dito, mas tightened na yung defense because kung sino man matalo dito, wala. Pagkatapos kung sino yung manalo will go directly to the finals.
But it's Alu Gay who makes that basket. And mukhang magsasab na or papasok itong si Drex de los Reyes.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good adjustment on the part of Coach J.R. Carlos.
But Escames gets fouled. And he will go to the free throw line. So this free throw talagang magiging crucial ito. But let's take a look muna with our LGR rebound of the game by Alu Gay. Nakita niyang open siya kaya sinut niya na, Benny.
Yeah, makita mo. Si Alu ba or si Ojarikre yung magiging FSA for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons? We'll never know. Tingnan natin.
And Escames completes the first crucial free throw shot. But going back to your question, Benny, itong si Ojarikre, hindi na natin siya nakita after his first games here in the Pinoyliga.
We'll see kung sino yung mangyari kasi like in the case of USC Growling Tigers, they have plenty of FSAs to choose from. Si Kumbay na nakikita natin at si Peter Osang na nakita natin sa Global.
Pero for this game, let's see if itong ADAMSON Soaring Falcons can also make a point for this one. Pero may foul na naman. And seems to it, Benny, na itong first 5 minutes ng ating fourth quarter, parang puro foul sila on both teams.
Oh yeah, magkakaroon talaga ng tight-end defense. So more often than not, yung mga kiskisa, yung mga swipes, medyo magiging evident yan.
And Medina, pero hindi pumasok.
Cedric Manzano, yun yung gusto mo, yung yung activity niya doon sa paint for an offensive rebound and a putback.
Talagang hindi siya sumuko, pero tingnan natin if hindi rin ba susuko itong Mapua Cardinals in breaking itong run ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
Yeah, medyo naging stagnant na yung Mapua at this point as we see Cedric Manzano with the ball, nagpa-dribble handoff papunta kay Ronzoni. And then ito si Alugay on the pinch post. Tingnan natin kung ano gagawin niya.
Almost a steal by Escames, pero si Erolon gets blocked.
That's a nice...
And Benny, sa nakikita ko dito for this ball game, both of the teams need composure for their players. Kasi parang nagda-rattle na sila both on their ball handling. Nasasayang yung possessions nila.
Definitely. Kasi kumbaga ang tawag nila sa ligang labas, basaan na. Ibig sabihin, ito na yung panahon kung kailan na kailangan mabibigat na ibibigay mo mga players, yung kakayanin yung mga ganitong klaseng pressure.
And ADAMSON still getting the ball. Rolon looking for someone to pass and mukhang signaling for a play. Manzano.
Ooh, that would have been big, Bianca. Because that would have extended yung lead nila to 7 points. Niluwa nga lang.
Pero tingnan natin if Escames. Hindi pa rin.
Yung mga ganung sayaw-sayaw ni Clint sa isang one-on-one action. It should convert.
But for almost 4 minutes here in this quarter, looks like it's the ADAMSON basketball.
Oo, yan, katulad natin. Naging stagnant kasi MAPUA Cardinals at this point.
And that's why the MAPUA Cardinals are calling for a timeout. Pero let's take a look muna with our replay with Gaye shooting that ball. Pero we'll be right back after this timeout called by the MAPUA Cardinals.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be Unli with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus Unli Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Mga kaliga, you're still watching the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4 at nandito na nga tayo sa ating last 6 minutes and 24 seconds of this ball game, and it's 51-45 in favor of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Now let's see if the MAPUA Cardinals can answer back with Sapasap passing the ball to Nitura.
Let's see, ang hinahanap talaga nila si Clint Escamis para maging primary decision maker na nila on offense. JC Recto maganda, nandito na rin because he knows how he could do offense. And Clint Escamis will take the big shots. Hindi siya mahihiya na gawin yan. And yan, paunti-unti.
At dito lumalabas yung pagiging kuya niya, pagiging veteran.
Yeah. Tingnan natin mabuti, yung mga pinapasok na ni Coach J.R. Carlos are the veterans. JC Recto, si Clint Escamis, nandiyan na, Andre Igliane.
Pero nakalusot itong si Manu Anabo.
They got 5 minutes to go, Bianca. Ang ganda. It's gonna be exciting, mga kaliga.
And it's also somewhat a low-scoring ball game.
Oo. Very low-scoring ball game ito.
Here's Escamis with another 3.
Ooh.
Talagang pinanindigan niya na ang kanyang kuya role, Benny.
Ayun na yung sinasabi natin, it's Clint Escamis time. Kasi when it matters, when it's the fourth quarter, hindi talaga sila pwedeng hindi ibigay yung bola kay Clint Escamis because he's gonna deliver.
And he just knows how to or what to do with the ball. But there's Erolon.
Oo. Katulad niyan, titingnan natin kung saan pupunta yung bola. I'm betting, medyo nawala. Ang akala ko pupunta uli kay Clint, but I think it's gonna.
And another. Sayang, but there's a foul.
Wow, definitely. Now si Clint is fast becoming the main man again.
Yes, Benny. Now let's take a look at our Smart Sports 3-point shot play by Clint Escamis. Take note na back-to-back ang kanyang 3-point shots, which led us to this close-scoring ball game again.
Galing, Sabi nga dito sa ang sabi dito sa ating live broadcast, sabi, Escamis lang. Sabi niya, save me Escamis. Sabi ng mga ating mga audience from our YouTube live stream.
And we hope na si Clint ay ma-shoot niya ang dalawang free throws for this one.
Oh, no. Clint is taking over. If that's something na, kumbaga, i-describe natin yung situation ngayon, Bianca. It's an Escamis takeover.
And this takeover will be very crucial for the team. Dahil nga do or die siya. So it really matters.
Yeah, it really matters. Don't look now. We have this ball game all tied up.
There's ADAMSON basketball. Erolon to Anabo. To Ronzon. Mukhang nahihirapan sila to shoot.
They're now rattled, kasi hindi nila alam kanino sila pupunta ngayon.
Erolon But there's a foul on
It's Andre Egliane. Tingnan natin kung ano yung mangyayari.
and yet tie na naman tayo at 53 all.
Oo. So we have 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go. The game is tied. Tingnan natin kung saan pupunta ngayon ang ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. They're going to Manu Anabo.
To kompetente, pero hindi pa rin pumasok. And a steal.
Yeah, you like the effort of Cedric Manzano there, But right now, nandito na tayo kay Clint Escamis again.
Escamis looking for someone to pass the ball to. Pero mukhang siya ang hinahanap. But it didn't. Pero good save by Golapa. However, nakuha ng ADAMSON ang bola.
Si Renzo Competente with the ball. Ooh, that was an important shot for them.
There's Egliane to Escamis.
Yeah, you could be sure na pupunta kay Clint Escamis to. Cyrus Nitura with the ball on an ISO.
And he makes a 3 pero hindi pumasok.
Siguro they're falling in love with the 3-point shot. Baka bigla mamaya it would make sense for their offense kung pupunta muna sila sa big man. Let's see what's gonna happen here. The ball is in the hands of Ronzoni.
Yes, Benny. And going back to the MAPUA Cardinals, I think they need to maximize itong si Yam Concepcion dahil nga nung past game nila, siya yung naging piso-piso nila.
Yeah, they also need to look into the offense flowing through either Joe Gulapa or Drexelus Reyes. Kumbaga yung mga big man nila. Kasi baka mamaya pwede nilang pigain yun or probably a pick and roll game rather than a ISO gaming.
And from what I've heard, it's the 4th personal foul of Yam Concepcion. So he needs to be really careful. But there's Competente.
Ooh, that's big. That's a big shot by Renzo Competente. Renzo Competente, Bianca, he's going to be an important player for the ADAMSON program. He has the height, he has the shooting, he has the offensive set, yung skill set na yun.
And Benny, looks like it's going to be a 3-point battle. Pero nakuha ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons and a bit of an action going on here.
So I'm glad that ang ating mga coaches at ang ating mga referees were there to, take ourselves out dun sa medyo mainit na na sitwasyon dun.
And here's a replay of what just happened earlier. Nagkaroon lang ng onting dikitan si Manzano and Egliane.
Both are really tough kids,
But let's give it to our referees para i-review ang nangyari because of course they have the better point of view on this one.
Yeah, pag tinignan mo mabuti, it's they're both in the penalty situation. So whatever call na gagawin ng referee dito ngayon, it would be very important para makita natin kung ano yung mangyayari.
But I love how the coaches were there to, inaawat nila both players.
They should control the ball game.
And ito yung sign, Benny, na we're already in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Ito na yun, mainit na yung laban, nagkakaroon na ng ganong klase mga game situations,
But this is going to be very momentum stopping for both teams, especially kung sino yung nagme-make ng run. And it's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. So let's see kung sino ang magiging in favor after this stoppage.
Oo nga. Tingnan natin, but very important, very crucial yung tira ni Renzo Competente kanina. It was an open shot, he has to take it. Now he's giving yung ADAMSON Soaring Falcons a 3-point lead. Tingnan natin kung ano yung tawag dito ngayon.
And let's wait for our referees to make the call. And kung makikita natin dito, Benny, itong MAPUA Cardinals are not just depending on their big men.
Oo,
But
yeah.
Clint Escames as well.
Oh, si Clint is automatic. Talagang siya yung counted upon. But again, sabi nga natin, if they could deflect the ball to the other options and then maging primary for the meantime para at least nagkakaroon ng different looks ang Mapua, then makakabuti sa kanila yon. So let's see what's the call here.
And I think there's a technical free throw for the Cardinals.
Yeah. Okay. So there's unsportsmanlike fouls that were called on Cedric Manzano and on Andre Igliane. So let's see kung ano yung magiging penalty on this one at kanino mapupunta ang bola kasi importante yun.
And
There's gonna be free throws on the part of I'm not sure if this will be on the part of both teams, so let's see. But I think it would be,
And kung kanino nga mapupunta yung bola after those free throws would be crucial, especially with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
So let's see, yung first na bola, yung free throw on the part of Clint Escames, pumasok, bringing down the lead to just 2. So si Cedric Manzano, their best player, will be the one taking the free throw for the Soaring Falcons. This is an important free throw, Bianca.
And if he banks it inside, it's going to be a 3-point ball game.
There you go. Yun yung sinasabi natin because that's a crucial free throw. So there's another free throw because penalty situation sila if I'm not mistaken. Oh!
Very, very crucial.
Very crucial yon, Bianca, because that could have brought them to a 4-point lead with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So let's see. The door is very much open on the for the Mapua Cardinals. Mga kaliga, kapit po tayo. Ito isang magandang laro. Do or die, win or go home. Battle of the Birds.
And Rolon to Ronzon to Manzano, but he gets fouled. And I think that's the 5th personal foul of Yam Concepcion.
Yeah, and tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging reaction. Si Yam is gaya ng kahit sinong basketball player. Talagang, kumbaga, tingnan natin. Sinasabi niya, bola daw. So let's see. But natawag na ng ating mga referees ang tawag niya. So again, matitest natin si Cedric Manzano dito because previous to this, yung dalawang free throws niya, Bianca, hindi pumasok. So let's see how si Cedric Manzano would react to a very crucial and a pressure-packed situation katulad nito.
And finally, he makes that free throw shot.
So ito na, tingnan natin. He has this other free throw shot. Tingnan natin kung papasok ko.
And that's a complete free throw shots for Cedric Manzano and Lazarte with the ball.
Clint Escames.
Sa pasap.
Saan babalik ang bola. I think they're going with JC Recto at this point. That's a very crucial 3-point shot, but at least 2 minutes to go. Just one stop as we take this last 2 minutes, brought to you by Smart 5G.
And Benny, like what you've said, itong si JC Recto, siya nga ang pumalit kay Yam Concepcion. But it's Renzo Competente.
Again, Renzo Competente, siya talaga yung counted upon. Sabi nga natin, Bianca, he's gonna be one of the important players for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
And let's take a look at the replay of Renzo Competente's effortless play. And he was happy about that play. At siya talagang nagpa-extend ng kanilang lead. He contributed 5 points, leading to 60-54. But we'll be right back after this timeout by the Mapua Cardinals.
No worries, dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
At mga kaliga, nagbabalik tayo dito sa Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4. And it's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons versus the MAPUA Cardinals in this quarterfinals do or die match. And the score that we have right now is 60-54, a 6-point ball game for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. And we have 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, what do you want for MAPUA to do is to not be predictable. You know that malamang pupunta ang bola kay Clint Escamis. But if on certain offenses kakayanin ni JC Recto, bakit hindi, ano? Para at least kahit papano to keep the defenses of the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons guessing.
Yes, Benny. And I think ayun yung naiba sa play ng MAPUA for this match. They relied more sa outside shooting nila.
Yeah. Let's see, they're going to JC Recto on a one-on-one play.
To Escamis.
Okay, that was a set play for Clint Escamis on the corner. Let's see kung makukuha pa nila. Ayan na.
Ayan
Still
na
have
siya.
Time, ano?
To Recto. Passes it to nobody.
JC Recto was a bit on the excited side doon, ano? Tinignan niya, akala niya meron siyang babagsakan ng bola doon. So he's apologetic, sabi niya, then next play tayo. Clint Escamis said next play. So 60-54, but ADAMSON is looking good here.
With Danabo holding the ball. Tingnan natin kung may isa pa bang steal na magagawa itong MAPUA Cardinals.
But they don't have to foul at this point, ano? They just have to do good defense on this one.
And Erolon. Erolon pulls the dagger.
And there's the dagger right there, mga kaliga. Let's see kung ano magagawa ni Clint Escamis. They still have time. 9-point lead. Tingnan natin.
And looks like narinig tayo ni Escamis, pero he was blocked by 2 to 3 players. And looks like the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons will just kill some time in here.
Yeah, and this is a ball game for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. We like to congratulate, as early as now, si ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. They now go into the championship round of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup Season 4, mga kaliga.
And just like that, mga kaliga, we now have our first slot for the finals. Pero bago muna ang lahat, hindi muna tayo susuko, sabi ni Coach J.R. Carlos as he calls for a timeout. But let's take a look dito sa ating replay with that Matt Erolon big 3-point shot.
That was a big shot right there by Matt Erolon, but you have to credit si Renzo Competente on that 3-point shot to really create the separation. Cedric Manzano on those crucial free throws. Leading up to this, MAPUA Cardinals, heads up sila, no? They have brought themselves to a situation na makaka-recover pa sila, but yung mga end game na execution nila, doon medyo nawala sila. The 3-point shot set for Clint at the corner, kung pumasok, would have been crucial.
And Benny, I love how Coach J.R. Carlos calls for a timeout. Despite the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons offering na makipag-shake hands na. Talagang di sila susuko for this one.
So ito yung mangyayari ngayon, Bianca, no? They're still trying to to try to milk something out of this. We'll never know. You know, stranger things has happened in the past. Kung si Tracy McGrady, 11 points in 33 seconds. Tingnan natin. You know, but again, ADAMSON is looking good at this point.
And with 20 seconds remaining, tingnan natin kung mahahabol ba ng MAPUA Cardinals ang 9-point ball game na ito. Escamis with the ball. goes for a 3.
There you go. That's the game right there.
And that ends our first match of this quarterfinals do or die. And it's the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons were winning over the MAPUA Cardinals. Benny, what can you say of this ball game?
Well, at the end of the day, it's the execution na pinakita ng ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. They were the better team in terms of execution. Hats off to Clint Escamis and the rest of the MAPUA Cardinals because they brought themselves back from a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter to have a chance dun sa dulo. Talagang at the end of the day, pag yung mga ganito mabibigat na labanan, it's all about how you execute at the end of the ball game.
Indeed, Benny. Pero for now, we will now listen as both of these teams will listen as well to their university hymns.
ADAMSON, alma mater dear, all hail thy name. In our wandering far or near, we'll spread thy fame. Within thy portals hallowed, through wisdom we have followed. In every climb our loyal hearts will never fail. Through changeless time, dear ADAMSON, you hail. Flame now thy banner high, taboo and high. Lift our voices to the sky with raging might. Each noble son and daughter from thee will never falter. Through every art to keep us faithful, strong and pure. God grant us power to make our triumph sure. And now for the MAPUA Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, our best player of the game with 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 1 block. Number 10 from ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, Cedric Manzano!
Mga kaliga, we're here at our post-game interview at kasama ko nga dito ay ang ating panel na si Benny Benitez and our winning coach, Coach Gilbert Lau, and also our player of the game, that is Cedric Manzano. And Coach Gilbert, may I ask po, can you take us through every huddle of this game? Kung ano po ba yung sinasabi nyo sa players, especially when the score is deadlock?
We just reminded them of their mistakes, and somehow just do the right things every time, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah. Coach, congratulations also because kayo ay ipasok na into the championship round. You're going to be waiting the winner of the other bracket. So Coach, talk us through what will be the preparation for the championship game.
Ang preparation namin has always been the same.
Okay.
To really improve day by day, and at the same time we want to learn while winning.
Yeah.
So that's very important. Going yung preparation namin towards the UAP.
Yeah, oo nga. Said, question, 2 free throws na mintis mo. Ano yung naglalaro sa utak mo dun sa sumunod na 2 free throw na crucial?
Siguro yung iniisip ko lang yun. Siyempre ma-shot, siyempre. Yun yung pinaka-iniisip ko, siyempre. Para makalayo din kami kasi mahaba pa yung time. Buti na lang na-shot yung last.
And Cedric Manzano, congratulations for being the player of the game. And after mo ngang ma-miss yung 2 free throw mo, nakabawi ka naman with yet another 2. But how are you able to get back on track or mag-focus ulit sa game despite the physicalities and all the dramas involved?
Siguro, yung nangyari na yun, normal lang sa game yun kasi nangyayari talaga, physical game talaga yung basketball na sport. So, pagkatapos nun, inisip ko wala lang yun. Focus na ako sa 2 free throws ko nun. Buti na lang nakabalik ako.
Yeah, Coach, si Coach Nas kanina may tinuturo-turo. Sabi ganito. Ano daw yun, Coach?
With your permission,
of course,
gusto lang namin magpasalamat sa Mabuhay Padala for sponsoring us for this league. Actually, pinsan ni Sed dun eh.
So, ba? Yun naman pala
eh. So, napaka generous. Napaka-generous ni boss.
Ay, syempre, meron kayong may mga babatiin kayo bago kayo maglaro sa championship. So, I will give you the floor, Cedric.
Binabati ko nga pala yung family ko sa province na si mama, sa mga ate ko, sa mga kapatid ko dyan, sa mga pamangkin ko, kay Boss Arvin, sa sponsor namin ngayon, sa Mabuhay Padala, Kabugaw Boys, sa girlfriend ko na si Jezebel dyan, pamangkin niya, ate niya, kay Michael, yun lang.
Yan naman, may nag-aabang ng ng mga boys natin from MAPUA. But Coach, talk us through, bigyan mo ng mga shoutouts para sa inyong mga sa inyong mga supporters din.
Yeah, for all the classmates, I hope you keep supporting us. Yeah, special shoutout lang to my wife, my kids, si Garrick and Creandre, and sa Batang Hamog.
Yan, okay. Batang Hamog. So, Coach, sige again, our congratulations to you, Cedric. Congratulations moving into the championship round.
And thank you so much po for joining us in this post-game interview, Coach Gilbert and also Cedric. Now, that would be all para sa ating interview, and see you po sa ating finals. And mga kaliga, stay tuned dahil may next match pa tayo, and it's the JRU Heavy Bombers versus the UST Growling Tigers.